It's no goal. That's because the substitute hasn't entered the field of play before taking the kick. A substitution isn't complete unless the player has entered the field at the halfway line. The fourth official manages this process to ensure the law has been complied with. An alert referee would have intervened sooner to stop the player taking the corner. Welcome back to the Ref Show with David Hirst this week and with Glenn Turner. I did promise to look at the Championship, but before we do that, let's go to Old Trafford. Not literally, unfortunately. I've not been there for years, actually, Old Trafford. Have you, either of you?
I don't like to mention the place.
No, I know you don't. You nearly went there, didn't you? You nearly went there for £4 million in
Another year over there. I'd almost got it out of my system, and he brings it back up again.
Yeah, I know. And he insisted on staying with Sheffield Wednesday. We say, I know. Manchester United 3, Sunderland 1. Martin Atkinson, you'd think a safe pair of hands on that game.
Yeah, you'd hope so. But unfortunately, that's the kind of the standout game from Boxing Day where it went horribly wrong. And there's no other way of putting it. Yeah. An indifferent refereeing performance and a very poor line-in performance from Adam Nunn. Very poor. Yeah.
Well, the referee's responsibility was a couple of penalty claims. Mata was shoved. I think there was another one on Ibrahimovic.
Yeah. The one on Ibrahimovic, goodness me. But I mean, short of putting a big neon sign above it going, that's a penalty, I don't know how much clearer they come. Yeah. Poor by Martin, but again, poor by Adam Nunn. If Martin was out of position, then okay, Martin's out of position, but that is right in the patrol path of the assistant.
Well, this is Mkhitaryan scoring an absolutely fantastic goal.
Offside.
But he was miles and miles offside. But I was glad it wasn't spotted, really, because it was an unbelievable sort of back heel flick volley. Comes over and he flicks the back of his heel to send it into the net.
I mean, you know them in training every week, don't you, mate?
10 a penny those out, to be honest. I always got flagged offside.
Yeah, very.
You did.
Yeah. To get that, that's poor. I mean, there are offside decisions, and then there are offside decisions. I mean, the most difficult ones are the ones where the defender's rushing out and the centre forward's rushing in. He was standing still waiting for that coming in.
It could have been a very expensive barbel the night before, maybe. I don't know. There was a few sore heads that afternoon.
Yeah. You just don't know, do you? I don't think we should go there, really. I really shouldn't.
Well, I think everybody. I
know you would go there. You would
into the spirit of Christmas. I'm sure the boys have as well.
Well, talking of which, I mean, the highlight, and I should have mentioned it in the first half, was the Watford mascot as Zaha came off towards the end. The Watford mascot did a dive. Harry the Hornet did a dive right in front of him, which was brilliant humour. But the FA are talking about retrospective action.
We're getting it later.
Yeah, stop enjoying ourselves at football matches.
I know. Isn't it a shame when we take things too seriously?
FIFA making up new rules as well.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll come to that in a minute. Bobby Madley's. I think he's having a really. I don't know if it's his most settled, most consistent run as a Premier League referee. Hull 0, Manchester City 3. First goal was a penalty, but there's no query whatsoever.
No, good game. Mm-hmm. Well done, Bobby.
Only one yellow card in that.
It's a pleasure, isn't it? We're kind of rushing through the games, with the exception of the horror show at Old Trafford. We're rushing through the games. It's been a good set of fixtures.
A sign of things to come, hopefully.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
All right, Mike Jones as well, another referee that has a query over him from time to time. Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 0. Again. And by the way, a club record 12 straight Premier League wins for Chelsea. What about that?
Yeah. I mean, some people are saying let's hand the trophy over to them already. That's maybe a little premature, but goodness me, they are right. They are exceptional at the moment, aren't they? They're not just good up front; they're brilliant at the back as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and wonderful to watch. Yeah. You know, it's not the Mourinho type functional football. Yeah. I mean, Conte's done a great job there. I mean, they're really playing some terrific.
He plays with passion himself, and it shows on the pitch, doesn't it? You know, he puts that over to his players.
Having said that, I don't mean to knock Mourinho. You're starting to see Manchester United play like Manchester United again, aren't you?
It's been a big turnaround for him, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, he's come in, he knew it was going to be a switch a few things around, players coming in, going out. You know, he'll get it right eventually. I see he mentioned about staying there for the rest of his life, rest of his career and everything. A little bit forefront there, but...
How can any manager talk about staying, with the turmoil in the game?
Let's be fair, Jose knows what to say and when to say it.
He certainly does. And it always takes headlines away and puts them onto him and takes it off the players, doesn't it? I mean, Alan Pardew, the 8-year contract at Newcastle that time. What a load of nonsense that all is. It's just a game of turnover. You saw on the box Sheffield Wednesday's win at Newcastle? 1-0. What a great result that was.
I thought it was a good game, and I thought the referee was superb, to be fair. I thought he let the game flow, pulled it up at the right moments, no major bad decisions. And like I say, I might be saying different if we'd have got beat 1-0, but Wednesday come out with a great result.
Well, Keith Hackett was also impressed. He watched the game. Paul Tierney was the referee, and made the point that he was very calm, that he refereed with a smile on his face when he could, took the tension away, and that he also wasn't fooled by Dwight Gale going to ground quite easily. Says Keith in that game.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. Like I say, he spotted all the little indiscretions, the feigning tackles. No, I thought, like I say, I thought it went really smooth for him. I thought he ran the game impeccably, to be fair.
Is he one as well, Paul Tierney, that you think should be getting more in the Premier League?
Yeah. Let's give him a chance. The pool for me it's too small at the moment anyway. It only takes one or two of the names to have a wobble, like we saw yesterday with one of them. And the pool from which we can select is too small. So let's give Paul a chance.
I think you can go with that. Like I say, we're always pushing them down. If they have a good game at the weekend, have a look at them a little bit higher up next time, and see how he goes. If it doesn't work out, bring him back down. Keep throwing them in. That's how you bring your players through. I'm sure it'll work just as good with referees and officials.
Certainly one in that category from Select Group 2 is Peter Banks, who's been earmarked by Keith Hackett. I mean, both of us saw his performance when Sheffield Wednesday played Barnsley 2-0. Slightly controversial about the manner of the sending off, but he got the sending off right. Yeah, just
how he did it. It was a little bit awkward,
it was, wasn't it?
But it was the right decision.
He was right on top of the action in that game, and I saw him at Huddersfield on Boxing Day, 2-1 home winner over Nottingham Forest, and again, he's absolutely right up with play, right on top of it. Just one query I thought, but I've only seen it the once, in fractional time. Rajiv Van Lapara of Huddersfield, quite a nasty challenge on Matt Mills. I thought he went over the ball and really caught him. It was only a yellow, might have been red, but other than that. Right, let's conclude. And here, I don't think we're going to have a quorum. Not everybody's going to agree. FIFA are discussing a new law for only captains to be allowed to speak to referees during the game, as in rugby union. Marco van Basten, no less, FIFA's Chief Technical Development Officer, is the spokesman for that. A simple change that can achieve so much, possibly. We have to confront the problem. Glenn, first of all.
Yeah, for me, once again, football's looking to rugby for ideas of how we can try and clean up the game. Because it does need cleaning up. I can see the merits of it. I can. But I know Davey's got some really interesting counterpoints to that one. But I can see the merits of it. Having been in the middle and a great number of times, it would be nice if I spoke to just the two instead of 22 every decision I make.
You'd rather have abuse from one than 22.
It's much easier to deal with, you know which one it is.
Okay, Keith Hackett's of the same mind as you. If you look at the You Are the Ref website, he's written an article on it, written a blog.
Not for me.
Right.
No, because I have an opinion, unfortunately for some people. But no, I look at it, we're looking at the rugby situation. Rugby, the game travels together. Everybody's in the pack, if you like. Football's not quite like that. Now, my point is, I'm the manager of Chesterfield. Yeah, this is not an outing, and I make my goalkeeper captain, and there's an incident at the far end of the field. How does he get to speak to the referee?
Yeah, good point.
He can't get out there up into the opposition's box to go and speak to the referee and then run it all the way back.
It's also a case, though, of the referee seeking out a player to speak to, though, isn't it? And
well,
saying,
I think it's there anyway. I think that side of it is there anyway. You've got the captain's armband. If the referee has got a problem with any of the players, he goes and speaks to the captain, tell him to be quiet, or he's going, or whatever he wants to say. So I think that the captain is there.
But if you enforce this at a stroke, you're eliminating most dissent, aren't you? Because you can immediately act if it's another player.
If I make a tackle on you, Alan, and kick you, Are you going to go and are you going to speak to him to tell me that it hurt? You're going to open your mouth, aren't you?
I might do.
So,
and if the referees don't take it on board, then it's just another law sitting in the background unused. I can see the merits of it. They're very good points that David made, and points I'd not thought about, if I'm honest. Yeah, I can see the merits of it. Something has to be done.
I'm not saying it's a no across the board, but it could make it a very difficult situation.
Think about it. Excellent. I've shut both of you up at the moment. Otherwise, you'll both get yellow cards. David Hirst and Glenn Turner, thanks so much. You've been brilliant company as ever. And to you, and we look forward to seeing you for another ref show next week. See you then. Bye.